Hey, it is Queen Aishah for another episode of I Know Dope People. And we got one of my dopest friends since sixth grade. We were like 11 and 12. We're going to get into interviewing my homegirl, Fatima Lowe-Williams. But before we do that, we got a few Queens quickies. So first, thank you, 2022. I went way back just now, right? Thank you, 2022. Grand Rising 2023. Good morning, gorgeous, happy New Year. So this came to me. I'm going to share something with you that came to me before the new year came in, because a lot of times we say we're going to make New Year's resolutions. We're going to do this. We're going to work out, all these things when the new year comes in, which we all have our own individual New Year's, and that's our birthdays, appearance days, earth days, whichever we want to call it. This came to me, and I want to share this with you. And it's all on my social media pages. Let's not wait until a new year to stop kidding ourselves about situations, people, and things that aren't in alignment with our beliefs. Accept our role in all the things that have happened to us and for us, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Happy new me, new you, new us. Peace and blessings, Queen Aishah Farah. So I wanted to share that with you. And some other things I want to share with you that I have going on. Hartsville, South Carolina. I am coming to your town, Dr. King weekend. That is January 4th. That's next Saturday, along with some of my comedy brothers, Nick Lewis and O.D. Odell. We do have the flyer here. We can post that so you can see it. And all the information is on the flyer. So if you want to check it out, get your tickets. It's going to be an awesome show. It's jokes and jams. So please come out and get your laugh on. I'm excited to really come out and see Hartsville, South Carolina, see what y'all got popping in them Hartsville streets. Also, I mentioned previously that I am on a new own docuseries called All the Single Ladies. It aired last night on January 6th at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It actually did a preview premiere on New Year's Eve, and my episode air date is January 27th, again at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So you can watch it on the OWN app or Discovery Plus. Last night I checked it out on Discovery Plus. All right, so thank you. Now let's get into the guests we have today. So Fatima Lowe-Williams is from Newark, New Jersey, like myself. We met at the Chad School, which is a pro-Afrocentric knowledge of self school in the sixth grade in Newark. And Fatima is my first superstar, the first star that I met. And I always tell her this, Fatima can sing. Fatima used to always sing Denise Williams' Black Butterfly. It's another song she used to sing, but I can't remember. But I remember Black Butterfly. Maybe it was another one of Denise Williams' songs also. We'll talk about that when she comes up. And she can just sing. Her spirit, her skin, her smile, her teeth, everything, her aura is just dope. And she has been like that since sixth grade. So we met in sixth grade. Then we went to high school and reconnected in 9th and 10th grade at Benedictine Academy in Elizabeth, New Jersey. And then I moved to Los Angeles and we connected again. But before that, in 2006, I was introduced to Reverend Michael Beckwith of Agape International Spiritual Center. And I said, Fatima, I'm coming to town to do my Verizon commercial. I got to check out this Michael Beckwith. He is the bomb. I saw him on The Secret, and she went with me there. And we are just like we're sisters, we family. She knows my family knows hers. We know the neighbors, Alicia. It's like we are connected. So I'm gonna give you a little bit about Fatima. Fatima is a colonic hydrotherapist, and she has the Gutsy Life. Well, she's a Gutsy Life wellness coach. And her passion is to empower individuals to honor their intuition and nurture their body temple. So they can have the guts and health to embody the resilience to finally say yes to that's been nudging and calling them to their higher self. She's she studied under the Tony Robbins Date with Destiny seminars and the Robbins International. She's no stranger to the Hollywood A-list with her practices. She has worked with high-profile celebrities such as Pharrell, Sherry Shepherd, Kim Kardashian, Diddy, Minnie Driver, Mary J. Blige, Marlon Wayans, what's his name? Jaquan Phoenix. I know his name, but I ain't even saying it right. I already know that. Lily Collins, Chelsea Handler, Jersey Girl, and Brianna Brown King, just to name a few. She is a member of the Delta Sigma Theta sorority, and she is a graduate of the prestigious HBCU, Hampton University. That's a whole nother thing with the rival. But this is my friend, my dope friend, Fatima Lowe-Williams. And she's had her acting career and her singing. As I told you, she can sing. She actually, Fatima, you can come on now. Bring Fatima on. Fatima, is it Killing Me Softly?
Wait, what?
Is it Fuji's Killing Me Softly that you did background on?
No. It's so funny. You wait. You were asking me that, and I was like, I never did background. I was a background singer for Mary J. Blige, but for Wyclef, I was a vocal coach to his.
I thought you were on one of his.
No, baby. No.
Weren't you in one of their videos?
I was in one of the videos. I was in one of the videos.
What's the video? Okay, I knew. Mm-hmm. I think it's Killing Me Softly. It's not Killing Me Softly.
No. Can I get a date on Friday?
Yeah. Okay. I thought you sang on that. I'm giving you all types of credit. You sang there. I'll take it. That's right. In my head, you sang there, and you also appeared on 90210 and a whole bunch of other things. But this is Miss Fatima Lowe-Williams, the holistic practitioner, hydrotherapy. Nice, yes, thank you for your yes. It is so good to see you. Happy 2023.
Happy 2023 to you too. I love what you said about coming into 2023 and that whole resolution thing. Like,
yes,
making a resolution is so yesterday. It's like, why not just resolve to like.
Right. Or set an intention.
Set an intention and set an intention to have a sense of resolve about who you are showing up as every single day. That way you don't have to don't have to make a new declaration every single year.
Right. And just be impeccable with your word and your actions and your character. I think that is most important. And a lot of people don't understand that the 4 agreements. Be impeccable with your word, honey. Let your ass and your mouth be in alignment. As my dad say, or it's a problem. Okay, Brother Donald said that. It's a problem.
It's a problem. I love it.
Yes. Align your ass and your mouth together.
To be one. Let's just be one.
They won anyway.
There is oneness here.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, baby.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you for joining us from the West Coast. And it's early.
Oh my God. It's still dark outside.
But you're early riser anyway, right?
I am. I get up usually, I want to say 4:00 in the morning with no alarm clock.
What time you go to bed?
At like
3 in the afternoon?
No, 8:30. Don't clown me. Don't try to clown me live. No, I go to bed around like 8:30, 9 o'clock. And if I go to bed around 9, I'll wake up around 5. But it's just an internal alarm clock. My body just does it. So
that's awesome. That's about good bowel movements. And speaking about good bowel movements, this is an honor of today's conversation.
What you drinking?
Let me explain to you what happened. So I've had these items in my house, and I was like, I ain't wasting nothing, because I used to think about my mother Geraldine. We ain't wasting nothing. So this is beets. I bought a pineapple the other day. some turmeric and ginger and some water and pineapple.
Ooh.
So I was feeling abandoned and neglected. So I had to honor myself. I said, this is a hug. What you say, a hug in a cup?
That's a hug in a cup.
Like, this is like my mama's love. Like, okay, baby type of thing.
Yeah.
So so I said, I'm doing this. So this morning I was thinking, I was like, ooh, things is happening and moving this morning. Praise God.
Yeah, it's kind of like a hug in a cup, but it's really boo-boo in a mug.
And it went down. Okay.
I bet it did. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Can we say boo-boo in a mug?
Yes, and that's important. Yes.
Important.
She said, turn to your neighbor.
Boo-boo in a mug.
Yes. So Fatima, tell us about your Gutsy Life and Wellness, how that came about, and also the information that you shared, which you had shared with me previously regarding your diagnosis.
Yeah. So Gutsy Life and Wellness. It's taken a life of its own as a result of life experiences, right? Mm-hmm. So, like you said, like you explained, I am a colon hydrotherapist. So, I'm a colon hydrotherapist turned dual life and wellness coach. And around the top of 2020, I started feeling this pull to move more towards working one-on-one with clients and working one-to-many with clients in terms of coaching and consulting, because I was already doing that anyway. And what I saw was there was this through line where I realized that like people coming to me for colonics, it wasn't just about like, I'm constipated, or I have bowel issues, or I'm bloated and I got gas, or whatever. It really, the common theme that I saw was that there was underlying stressors and lifestyle choices that were not being implemented that was causing people to have like gut issues. And there was also a theme that I saw with people really holding in lots of stress, right? So, fast forward to March of 2020, that was when the world changed as we know it, right? And I remember being in my office and feeling like I'm not coming back here anymore. And I couldn't figure out what that feeling was. But 2 days later, the world changed. A day after that, LA shut down. And I never went back to that office. I never went back to my office. And I just was like, okay, great. Well, I'm going to use this as an opportunity while we're in this 2-week quarantine, which turned into forever, to pivot. I'm going to pivot and work on my desire to coach, because that's what I was doing anyway. Every session always ended with some type of consultation or me talking to people about coaching around food or diet or lifestyle choice. And so that was my intention to start coaching virtually. But monkey wrench went into the plan. Maybe I want to say, 2020 was a hard year. It was a hard year for everybody. And you can't, it was one of those years where you can't unsee what you've seen and you can't unhear what the hell you heard. And if you're empathic, and I'm very empathic, I just absorbed and took in everything. And the isolation and the, can I breathe on this person? Can I be near this? It was a lot going on that I believe I was internalizing. Fast forward to shortly after that, I went into to the doctor for just a referral to a dermatologist, because I had this little thing on my scalp, right, that was making it look like my hair was getting thin, and so it was like God had to deal with me through vanity. It was like I'm gonna appeal to your vanity to get you into the doctor's office, because I wasn't going into no damn doctor's office during the pandemic. But I went in and we did some tests and came back that there was a diagnosis of stage 3 chronic kidney disease, which was weird because I had just seen my doctor 18 months before. He was like, perfect, bill of health, everything's great. He was like, what's different? Like, what's different now? And the only thing that I could think about was that emotionally, I was incredibly bankrupt as a result of 2020. And I heard in my spirit inside of me was like, great. Now's an opportunity. This is a health opportunity. And this is an opportunity for you to heal your damn emotions. and heal your spirit and get right with yourself. And so I went on this whole journey in terms of tapping into my intuition and really, really nurturing my body temple in ways that I had always told clients, but during that time of forgetting during pandemic, I had forgotten to take care of Fatima and to really nurture Fatima and really honor my spirit and honor my intuition and really tap into the gut wisdom that is in all of us if we really, really get still and listen, right? And so I went on this whole journey and changed my lifestyle yet again. I've done that many times in my life. And the teacher became the student. And that's really where Gutsy Life and Wellness was birthed, but I didn't know it. Fast forward to my doctor being like, firing me. And I was like, you don't get to fire me. You don't give me walking papers.
Fired you? I thought
she fired me.
My mother got fired before. That's funny.
Baby, I got terminated by my doctor because my health had improved so much and my kidney function had returned. But it was that inner work. It was that inner work of really, really listening to your gut and leaning in and listening to what your soul really, really wants and doing those things that light you up and bring the greatest amount of joy. And saying yes to health and resilience and courage and the confidence to actually walk in, to answer, to respond to whatever that thing is that is calling you. And so for me, that thing that was calling me was a greater experience of my health so that I could thrive, even in the face of whatever was on paper. And that's what's happening now. And I'm just so grateful. So Gutsy Life and Health, Gutsy Life, and Wellness is really this newer iteration of that work, the inner work that I've done, and I feel really, really empowered to help empower other people to honor their intuition, to nurture their body temple, so that they can have the guts and the health and the resilience and the courage to finally say yes to that thing. And we all know what that thing is. We all have that thing that's been nudging and calling them higher.
Yes.
Because we can't go higher in this body that's all like we need to arrive intact as we say yes to our purpose.
There you go. To our purpose. Yes. And then you'll be able to get up at 4:00 in the morning. Because that's going to change. You got your diet, your mind, all. Okay.
Yes. Exactly.
We could have did this earlier then. I could have really got you here. Well, congratulations that you are well.
It's a beautiful thing. Yes. It's a beautiful thing. When I always say, I don't refer to it as like my anything. It was just information. The diagnosis was really a health opportunity for me to say yes to more life, more God, more spirit, more healing, right?
Expansion.
And so we don't have to own the thing. It's like, oh, my diabetes, my high blood pressure, my fibroid. You don't have to own any of that because really it's just information. It's here to tap us lightly.
Right.
At first, or to vie for our attention if we don't take heed. And so I don't need that lesson no more. That's all I'm saying.
Gotcha. So let me ask you. You don't need all that. You don't need all that. Yes. So let me ask you. So with your Gutsy Life and Wellness coaching, will you still be offering colonics or no colon? You won't be doing any colonics anymore.
I'm not physically doing colon hydrotherapy. I actually walked away from my colon hydrotherapy business. I love that work, but it's very intense emotional work. And it's a lot of laying on of hands. And I felt like, and I feel like I am transitioning away from the physicality of doing colonics for now. Who knows what the future may bring, but really tuning into the gut wellness and gut education and the gut wisdom behind what's happening or not happening in the bathroom. In the toilet.
Okay, because that's what I was going to ask you, because I started talking about colonics and hydrotherapy, and for those that don't know what that is, can you please explain it?
Ooh, colon hydrotherapy. It's a beautiful art form that dates back like 5,000 years ago to like ancient Kemet, or some call it Egypt.
Where Egypt at?
Girl. Hey, why your face look like that?
I just want to know where Egypt at. Where were you taught Egypt? Where were we taught Egypt is? Where is Egypt?
Ooh.
You thinking too long. I need to call Brother Asante.
You taking me back to
Brother Leon, Brother Pat, Brother East. We need
Chad. You taking me back to Chad.
Egypt is in.
It's in Africa.
Okay, that's all I needed you to say, because they say it someplace else.
Oh, because the people.
I thought it relocated. I thought I funked it had relocated.
We be acting like it's not Africa.
Okay, you can continue. I just wanted to get in touch with your Afrocentric energy and education.
Knowledge of self, as you said. I took a note, knowledge of self. So so colon hydrotherapy, it's kind of like it's a glorified enema. So if anybody knows about enema, it's basically where you take some water.
What is an enema?
You take some water, you put it in your butt, and it cleans out your bottom bowel, right? So you just squeeze a little bit of water into the bowel, right? And it lubricates and hydrates and loosens the waste matter that's in the lower bowel. However, colon hydrotherapy is the mother of enemas. It goes way, way deeper. It actually helps. Yeah, it's like one colon hydrotherapy session is about 30 enemas in one sitting. Not intense. It's not an intensive. People are like 30. That must be real. It's a very relaxing experience where literally you are just taking an internal bath. And your body is loosening waste matter, loosening mucus, loosening old debris, loosening emotional toxicity. And you know what's so funny? This is why I'm really, really, really a fan of colon hydrotherapy, because during the time of when I was dealing with the diagnosis stuff, I wasn't getting colonics. And I noticed that my emotional well-being was really just like, And then when the diagnosis came, I couldn't get colonics because it was contraindicated. And I was like, we got to get these kidneys back to smiling and not giving me side eye action so I can get back in that colonic room. But yeah, colon hydrotherapy, it's an amazing holistic art form that helps to cleanse from the inside out. Okay. Yeah, it's a beautiful thing.
Okay, so how did you transition? Because when I met you, you are my first superstar, right?
You
North New Jersey, New City, singing Black Butterfly. What's the other song you used to sing that I used to love? Do you remember?
I think it was God Bless the Child.
I think so.
It probably was God Bless the Child?
Because she used to sing at all of her parades and everything. And Harold was like, yes, Harold watching my cousin. He was like, she sang at the graduation. I didn't know that. See, she was a superstar everywhere.
I sang at our graduation?
He said you sang at the 8th grade graduation when he graduated from 8th grade at Chad.
That might be true. I don't remember. Because
she was just popular.
I don't remember. I do remember singing at the Black Heritage Day parade, though.
I remember, yes.
And that was because of. Do you remember Brother Kurt?
Yeah, I know the name. I would have to see what
Kurt Holbreath. He was the one that put me on, and he was probably my first cheerleader in terms of like a teacher that really made me feel powerful in terms of me being able to do be and have whatever it was that I set my mind's eye to. Yeah. And he was the chairperson of the Black Heritage Committee, and he was just like, you're gonna sing at the parade. And I would sing every year.
Let me tell you, Chad School was a beautiful experience. My teacher, like I loved all our teachers. Brother Pat, I will never forget. In 6th grade, I was writing really close. And, Chad was famous for making you write.
Right.
I will not talk. Right. My brother Malik taught me how to write with 2 pencils.
I remember your handwriting was real artsy and real like everything was close together.
Close, and Brother Pat was like, stop writing close together. So I had to go home and write, I think 500 or 1,000 times, I will not write close together. And Malik was like, I was crying and stuff. And he was like, let me show you how to do it with 2 pencils. And then if you didn't turn the assignment in when it was due, it was like double. So one time I had to do 1,000. I was like, I ain't got time for this. When do I get my homework done?
Yeah.
Man, I remember.
Well, please explain the concept of brother and sister, how we used to call our teachers brother and sister and not Mr. and Mrs.
But that's because of
memories.
Yes, that's because of education, being aware and knowledge of self. It was a Pan-African Black cultural school. So out of respect, we called brother, like now people may say mama, baba, nana. it's a respect thing. Like my niece took one time, she said to me, Auntie, I want to call you something else. I said, that's all you can call me is Auntie or Auntie Aisha. We're not friends. So it's a respect thing. What do you remember the reason being?
I remember the reason being around family and unity, and that like you know that there was a strong sense of community and oneness just amongst all of us. And so even though this person was my elder and my teacher, they were still my brother or my sister. And so you know, Sister Robbie wasn't Miss Jackson, Brother Asante wasn't Mr. Asante. He was Brother Asante, you know what I mean? Because he was so what I loved about Chad was that while there was a strong ethic around community and honoring your elders, there was also this strong mutual respect for you as a person. Even though you're 12 years old and I'm your elder, I respect you right where you are.
Yes.
I love that.
Let me tell you something. And I remember Brother Asante, I used to come to school walking with my head down. And I never forget one time I was walking with my head down and my mother brought me some white boots. It ain't had no insulation, but Geraldine tried.
I remember them boots.
Let me tell you something. Brother Asante was like, why are you walking with your head up down? Don't walk with your head down. If you walk with your head down, you can't see where you're going. And anytime in life I catch myself in my head, I always lift my head up. I was sharing this with somebody recently. Wow. And I was roller skating. I actually went roller skating about a month or so ago. And the guy said to me, don't look down. And I immediately thought about Brother Asante. So it took me back to 6th grade. Keep your head up. Look where you're going. And then he talked about my boots. I was like, gang, gang, gang. He ain't cracking. He was like, why your mother buy you boots the color of the weather? But you know who my crush was? Brother Eladio, the gym teacher. Hunty.
Oh, I remember him.
Yes, he was Puerto Rican, had them big curls. He reminded me of something from like Cooley High. Oh my gosh, where's Brother Eladio? We can go together now. He used to sing to me, that girl thinks that she's so bad. Yeah, I was like, I ain't even know.
Love it.
Like, but it was just such joy there. It's such joy.
Yeah, it was a lot of joy. It was a lot of joy. At times I felt like it was too strict and too constricting, but now as an adult, I'm like, I really appreciated that we got that because I never got that in any other educational environment since. Maybe Hampton. Yeah,
I would say probably at Hampton. See, I went to in 11th grade, I went to Nairi Educational Institute, which was the same thing, but it was in New Brunswick.
Is that why you left us?
No, actually, I went from Chad. I went to Mount Vernon. I went to Mount Vernon. Remember, I did 7th and 8th grade at Mount Vernon, and then I went to BA, and I didn't want to have. I think it was Sister Mary Elise, the British teacher, English teacher. I was like, no.
She was strict.
I said, Mommy, I can't do. She's like, please stop shaking your leg. You're making me seasick. I used to be like, Like she was a trip. Now the teacher was, oh my God, the real cool teacher. The real cool nun. She was real cool and dope. I cannot remember her name, but I ain't like.
I remember her. Her name started with an R, and she had dark hair.
Yes, I loved her. I think she taught math. I think she taught math. I loved her. I can't remember the Spanish teacher because we were supposed to go to Spain, but I ain't really care for. I would probably be more fluent in Spanish, but it was just like I was young and I couldn't see the bigger picture. Yeah. And I would have been a badass cheerleader too. If them white girls hadn't told me. They was like, you're very boisterous, Aishah Hogan. You should be on pep squad.
But wait. By the time you left, do you remember Tashanya?
That name sounds familiar.
Me and Tashanya were captain and co-captain.
See, of the cheerleading.
And how you gonna be a co-captain and you ain't got no split? I couldn't even do it. But somehow I got that position. I was like, baby, we're gonna do it.
I could do a split, and what's the Russia or whatever. I had all.
I couldn't do a split. I couldn't do a half split. I wasn't doing none of that.
See,
but I'd be like VICTORY.
Yes,
that was it. Yeah.
Remember the talent show? I came and I did Houdini's. The freaks come out at night. Them nuns looked at me. I was like, what is the? I'm like, I don't even know why they looking at me like that. The freaks come out. I was dancing. I was telling my
But
dad
they
what I
knew.
needed.
They knew.
I came in
knew.
from Newark every day.
Listen, they knew. Remember bingo? And they used to have beer nights at bingo.
Honey.
And the nuns would be drinking. But my mother loved bingo. She was like, "Oh, I'm going to bingo because they're gonna have beer there."
I'm done. But when they had to was a confession.
Yeah.
And y'all had to go behind that wall. And I was like, why y'all? What's the confession? Y'all gotta go through.
I used to make up the most outlandish stuff. I used to make up just to see if I could freak out the priest. Like if I could just, I'm like, how dramatic and terrible and crazy can I make this story and see if it will jolt him a little bit. Yeah, that's drama queen to me. That was the actress in me coming into being without me even knowing.
Yes. And all of those things led you to who you are today. Isn't it amazing? So we go through these experiences and we never know. And now you are healing and putting hands on people. But how did you get into wanting to just heal people? Like before your diagnosis, just the colonic experience.
It's always been in me. It's always been in me. It's always been in me. I've always been a nurturer. I've always been, and then also too, growing up, my mother was really into like herbs and concoctions and mixing stuff together. And we ain't nobody got no money for no doctor, so we gonna figure this out. That kind of stuff.
I got no money for the dentist. We ain't got no.
Exactly. And so I was always into that, and I was always into like the alchemy of how things work, and how things come together to create a desired result, say, in your body. And as I got older, I started getting into like juicing, getting into wellness, just for my own well-being. And it just was something so amazing, and it had such a great impact on me. And then I got a colonic. I made the mistake of getting on that colonic table, honey. And when I got that colonic, I always say I found God on the colonic table because it was such an opening and such an awakening for me that I was just like, oh my God, this is amazing. Like my headaches went away, all the mucus, like sinus stuff that I was having went away, the digestive, it just was a lot of different benefits that I was experiencing. And I said, I just want more of this. And every time I would go into the lady that was doing the colonics, I would just be like, I can do this. I want to do this. And then I also realized the entrepreneur in me realized, wait a minute, if I became a colon therapist, I could give myself free colonics. I can give myself colonics however often that I need, right? And I can make money giving other people colonics. Like making money to help people shit is amazing. And so I that's what I did. And then it just took on a life of its own. I got into African holistic health with Dr. Africa, and I started studying holistic health through the Natural Holistic Institute, and it just was a lot of different mini pieces that came together. But the biggest caveat, I think, the biggest thing that really had the greatest impact in terms of me really saying yes to this was the fact that when I was singing and on the road, and it took a lot in terms of a toll on my body, and I needed to reset. And it was as a result of me losing whatever vitality I had at the time, and making this choice to just kind of slow down and reset and take good care of myself. I'm seeing a theme here. That was 20 something years ago. And then now slowing down and taking good care of myself. But that's what made me really feel passionate about, like, oh my gosh, I want to do this. I want to do more of this. And, I've been doing more of it ever since. And it's taken a totally different, turn. It's taken a lot of different turns, in terms of how I express creatively. Even as far as like the music now is different. I'm singing healing melodic medicine as opposed to ratchet mess that I used to sing about.
But I still have your Purge and Remember. Let me see if we can find that. Okay, I still have Purge and Remember.
Look at her.
Apple Music,
look at her with the locks.
Spotify, all the music platforms or whatever you call them. This album right here. So let me explain something to y'all so y'all don't get it twisted. I still use my iPod. I have my iPod and all of my favorite music, jams, house music, Jersey Girl, all of that, Fatima, your CD, all in my iPod, and it's forever running in my house. Well, actually, with me chanting, I have my what's the name. But when I want to get remembering me, that song, girl, that right there.
That song was channeled. I channeled that song. That song came through me because it was just a constant reminder of putting the pieces back together again for the purpose of divine order.
Mm-hmm.
And to bring your mind, body, and soul into collective agreement. And I was like, I was just writing. It was like, it was just coming. It was just coming. It was just pouring. And that's when I was like, wow, this, your life as a creative, whether that be through the gift of laughter, whether that be through the gift of song, whether that be the gift of some other creative expression, creatives are healers. And there's a huge responsibility that we have to walk in the awareness of how healing or how detrimental the delivery of our gifts can be. It's powerful. But I'm glad that's still in your rotation.
Oh my God, so this is the thing. So last night I was watching the show and I was in and out of sleep because sometimes we never sit still. And I was dreaming. I was like, I gotta find Fatima's CD because I still have CDs. I don't play with it. So I was like, where can I find? I was dreaming where I thought it was. Gotta look, then it wasn't there. But I was like, I don't have the CD. So when you sent me the link, I was like, okay, Katani, we can grab the cover from here. But I still keep my my CDs, especially those are just really treasures for my life that has helped me to transition and heal. So now, over how many years ago? Over 20 years ago, you had another diagnosis that really got you geared up. And when people tell me about fibromyalgia, I was like, oh, my girlfriend, she and not knocking anybody. I said, oh, my girlfriend, she shut it down. She shut it down. So talk about that.
That was the beginning of all of this. That actually, fibromyalgia birthed Purge and Remember, the CD.
Okay.
Yeah. That was birthed out of that experience where I just made the decision. I was like, you know what? I'm not this diagnosis. And just because you're told a thing about a thing doesn't mean that it's true for you. The statistics are just the statistics, but are you the statistic or are you the exception to the rule? That's I was just like, I'm going to be the exception of the rule. The reason why these statistics are what they are is because the average person won't go above and beyond and do a little bit more to make it, to do the extra work, because the extra work is hard. It's hard to change your diet. It's hard to be like, okay, I'm going to move my body every day for 30 minutes when you've been sedentary for all your life, maybe. It's hard to decide, oh, I'm going to eat some fruits and vegetables when, maybe the only vegetable you ever had was tomato paste, So it's just like, it's just like, I just realized I wasn't going to acquiesce to the diagnosis or the report that I was given. And they say that fibromyalgia, they say, oh no, there's no known cause for that. And there's no known cure. But
until today, Fatima Lowe-Williams said, wait a minute.
I really believe that, we are divine individuals that really have the capability to be healers unto ourselves and to be co-creators with the Creator, with the Most High, in terms of creating our experience. And sometimes we forget, and that's okay. Sometimes we get a little bit of spiritual amnesia, and then life will come back and be like, tap, 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 through another situation or another scenario. And so our job is not to be overwhelmed by what is before us. Our job is to respond with our absolute yes. to what it is that is calling us higher as a result of this. And that's what my coaching is all about. I love, I work with people who are who are making life changes. I work with people who are looking to improve their health. I work with people who are wanting to improve their relationship with themselves, with other people, with money. I have a client right now, we're working on, money manifestation and helping her to heal her relationship with money. And that we were able to realize, like, oh, that comes from when you were a little girl and you were afraid to ask for what you wanted. And so as she's building her business, now it's like, oh, I'm asking for this, but I'm scared to ask for it, but I want to make this much each year, but I'm scared to ask for it. So it's like, how do you pull from that person? And the thing is, with coaching is not about like, let me give you a meal plan, let me tell you what to do. Coaching is about seeing the client already whole, perfect and complete, lacking no good thing, and drawing out from them.
You better say that again. What is it? What is coaching? I need a drink. I got 2 drinks. Wait a minute,
drink your drink, baby. I'm gonna drink my drink on that too. So look, coaching is about, you as a coach. Any good coach is not going to be directive. They're not going to be telling you what to do. They're going to draw out what is already within you. And sometimes you just need to see it from different angles in order to be able to really have the right tools, the right action, and the right accountability to be able to push the needle forward. And if you push the needle forward a little bit at a time every day and just make a commitment to do something different every 7 days, in a year, what will your life look like? In 90 days, what will your life look like? In 30 days, what would your life look like? Over your time, what would your life look like?
Yes. So in January, Fatima, you're offering 30 single Gutsy life and wellness breakthrough discovery calls. It is first come, first serve. So we have the link here. However, I don't think it's hyperlinking. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to post it in the on the YouTube chat. So here's the thing.
And it's also actually the link. I actually have it right now on my Instagram. So if you go to the Instagram, the link is right there in the link in bio. You just click and
your profile.
Yeah.
There you go. Yep. There you go. So you can definitely, if you're interested, and it is complimentary, first come, first serve. So if you're interested,
let's get you some clarity and get you some forward motion and movement. If there's some area of your life where you could use some forward traction, where maybe you've been stuck.
This is it.
Let's get unstuck.
Ain't nothing free. Free is good.
Let's get unconstipated. It's a colonic, but in a different way.
I know that's right. And speaking of colonic, let me tell you something. I remember my first colonic. One of my sister friends, her birthday is the day after mine. Carl Laura, she actually used to do colonics in DC, and we met for another mutual friend from Newark, Tamar. Yes, honey, and we're all still friends, like 30 years. And Carl Laura used to give me my colonics. Now, I don't even think Tamar ever went to Carl Laura, but I went to Carl Laura. And let me tell you how me and Carl Laura connected. Honey, I had my colonic. And one time I went, and honey, when I tell you it came through on the table.
Yeah, that's because your ass was gassy. I'm gonna just let you know. She probably didn't tell you that.
Through. And she was and to this day, she is the same. She is so patient. Aisha, it's okay. I was so embarrassed.
Yes, that happens though.
And she was like, no, it's okay. And that's what she said. It happens. And she cleaned it all up. And I said, we've been sisters ever since then. Because she don't know me like that. You know what I'm saying?
Let me tell you.
She did my reflexology, all of that.
Let me tell you, there is a very special kinship between a colon hydrotherapist and their client. When a person has allowed themselves to be that vulnerable, where someone actually sees your butt, and then sees the waste that's coming out of your body,
She had when you can see it coming. You can see it. Oh my God.
You can see it coming. You can see all of it coming. And colon therapists, what most people don't know, we get really excited when that happens. We get excited when all the poop starts coming out and you can see it, because the release represents, for me, the release doesn't represent, oh my God, she got all that poop inside of her. The release represents freedom. It represents liberty. It represents healing. It represents possibilities now that you are no longer holding on to this heaviness. That's what it represents for me. So I get really excited. Excited.
Do you and this, I know that you don't do it anymore, like Laura used to have me take acidophilus before to balance out to balance it out.
Bacteria,
yes, the good and the friendly and the not so friendly bag. I still remember Auntie. I'm gonna tell Laura to watch it. She's gonna be like, you paid attention.
Yes. And that's gonna make her feel so proud, because she's gonna know that she's done well by you.
Yes,
educating you, because a lot of it is all about education. You know, if you can educate your client so that they can be successful outside of the colonic room. In fact, I have a online course. It's called Life After the First Colonic. And I also have What's a Colonic and Other Frequently Asked Questions, and that's free. So any person who's interested in colon hydrotherapy, even though I'm not doing colonics physically at this time, I walk people through that process in terms of how to choose a good colon hydrotherapist, how to create your own at-home colon hydrotherapy unit if you want to, because you can do it at home. You can do it at home on your own. But yeah, what's a good colonic? What is a colonic? And other frequently asked questions, and how often should you do them? With colonics, you can do a colonic. It depends on the person. But I would usually have my clients, when they would first come to me, especially if they've never had colon hydrotherapy before, we would do 3 colonics within a 10-day period of time. Because that first colonic, even though a bunch of stuff is coming out,
it just loosened it up.
That's just loosening. And then what's happening is you go home, and over the next couple of days, your body is still holding on to some of that water that you got from the colonic, and it's hydrating and it's softening and it's loosening more waste matter. So then you come back a couple of days later, maybe 2-3 days after, get another colonic, and then wait another week perhaps and get another colonic. And then you can do colonics seasonally. You can, with the change of the season, every time the seasons change, do a 21-day or 14-day or 7-day detox and do a series of colonics during that time. Or you can do them as a part of a monthly maintenance. It's all about what feels, what resonates with you, and what your body says yes to.
And what you're trying to do.
And what you're trying to achieve.
And how should a person, and I know you don't do this anymore, but we're speaking about colonics, and just in case.
Oh, we can talk about it all day long. I can talk about poop all day.
What is the diet? What should the diet be when you're doing your colonics, or you're looking to make that shift?
When you're looking to make the shift, our body is 75% water, right? So we want to make sure that we're really well hydrated, and that we're taking in as much water as possible, not just the water that we're drinking or green juices or smoothies, but like food that upon pressure drips liquid. So fruits, veggies, lemon water in the morning, or apple cider vinegar with a little bit of warm water, like making sure that, and then, if you're going to do a colonic, usually your colon therapist will give you a list of instructions prior to, so that you can get the greatest amount of traction from your first visit. So I usually like for clients to prepare maybe 2 or 3 days before. And if they can't do that, if they can't commit to that, then at least the day before, refrain from highly acidic, dehydrating foods, refrain from, too much meat, the day before. You want to really, ideally, a vegetarian diet in the days leading up to the colonic and in the days after.
So you can keep it moving.
It's ideal, but I realize, some people won't be able to do that. So it's a matter of good, better, best. Maybe you might only be able to do good to prepare.
Right.
But in an ideal scenario, best case scenarios, vegetarian usually is ideal. Awesome. And when I say vegetarian, that does not include dairy. Vegan, really.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now you're being pushy. Anyway,
I am being pushy. That's my prerogative.
Yes. So do you miss the entertainment as far as you participating in the acting and singing on the regular? Do you miss those things?
I don't miss acting, but I do miss using my voice more. I would love to do more voiceover stuff. That would be like really, really fun. Mm-hmm. But in terms of like on camera, screen stuff, I don't really miss that because how I show up in my work, there's so much creativity there that I feel like I am leaning into the creative side of me, the performance side of me.
Okay.
Not that I'm putting on any airs or performing, but just showing up in this space of fun and play and creativity. And that's the beauty about when you're doing work that is purposeful for you. You don't feel like you're working. You feel like you're playing.
Right. And that's what it should be.
Yeah.
Awesome. Miss Fatima, I call her Fatima. Yes. So I don't even know if Fatima gonna sing something for us today before we go. I don't even know if she's gonna give me a little.
I'll sing something. What you want?
You can sing Purge and Remember. I'm remembering me. You can sing that.
Man.
Or My Black Butterfly or
Black Butterfly. Well, we're not going to do Black Butterfly because we don't know we don't want to for the rights.
Right. So this year, because she's singing
I own my own stuff, so we're gonna do my own stuff.
Yeah.
What
so
about Namaskar, Namaste? Do you remember that one?
Yes.
I think that one will be ideal. So Namaskar, that's the song I wrote about beholding the divinity in every single person that you come in contact with, and seeing the oneness. So it starts, I behold you and all you are, yet a man, but still inside there's something so much more. The oneness that is you identifies with me. My intentions become clear and ever sure. So I recognize the love and I recognize the peace, and I marvel at what's true as I remember all of me, no longer separate from myself. I place all eyes upon the shelf. Now I know that we are, and I truly am. Namaskar for the presence. Namaskar and the love. Namaskar, the light that gives birth to the dawning of the day. Namaskar and the peace that goes beyond what you understand. Namaskar, Namaskar, and Namaste. There's something about you that truly inspires me. It calls me to come forth and embrace divinity, 'cause there's only one of us here, a collective consciousness. And for that I am so grateful, 'cause I know that we are blessed. Namaskar and the presence. Namaskar and the love. Namaskar, the light that gives birth to the dawning of the day. Namaskar for the peace beyond what you understand. Namaskar, Namaskar, and Namaste. Namaskar, Namaskar, and Namaste. Namaskar, Namaskar, and Namaste. Namaskar, Namaskar, and Namaste.
Okay, that part. 2023 come through. Good morning, gorgeous. And that was at 7:03 in the morning.
She said good morning, gorgeous.
Okay,
Namaskar.
Yes.
So just so that people understand what Namaskar is, because some of my folks, especially my fellow Christian folks from back when I was a gospel singer, they'd be like, why are you singing about that? Why are you saying those words? Namaskar means I behold the divinity in you. Plain and simple. Namaste is a Sanskrit expression that at the end of a yoga practice or at the end of a meditation, usually one will say namaste. And that basically means You know, I see the light in you. I see that part of you is that part of me. And when I see you as that, and you see me as that, then truly we are one. And that's what we need more of, is us just being dope enough to identify our oneness.
And this is how you start off a podcast in 2023.
Oh, I'm your first. I'm your first.
This is the first time.
I love it. I love it. Yes. I love it. I love it. Oh, I'm so honored.
Yes,
I'm honored.
Baby. I'm honored that you said yes.
Yo, you know what? I'm gonna just say this. I appreciate you, Queen. You were my first friend that was like my unconditional cheerleader. You were my first hype man. Like, I remember, and I used to always be like, it used to make me feel so like uncomfortable when we were younger. But you'd be like, my girlfriend Fatima, my friend Fatima, and I would just be like, but that was that part of me that hadn't come into my own awesomeness. You know, so you do this thing where you dumb down your brilliance and you appear less than what you are, as opposed to walking into every room knowing that you have a seat at the table and you belong there too. So I want to thank you for that. I want to thank you, like right now in front of whoever's watching, just for being like my friend and being my sister and being true blue, and also being my spiritual confidant, because we've gone through many similarities in our spiritual journey. And I so appreciate that. You were the one that taught me how to chant.
Okay.
So yeah, that was beautiful. I appreciate you, and I love you so much. Like,
thank you. I appreciate and love you. And it's so funny because we had actually got back connected maybe in like the early 2000s.
When you did the Verizon commercial, because you asked me to do it with you.
Fatima was there, and they said, this is what they said. They were like, do you have friends in Los Angeles that can be in the commercial? And it was you and another friend. I had known you the longest, and they had chosen you. Yeah. To me, I thought it was the dopest, knowing where we come from and things that we've gone. Let me tell y'all something.
From Georgia King Village to Verizon commercial.
Okay. Yes. If y'all go on YouTube and you put in Verizon Communications or put in Queen Aishah, you'll see the commercial and you'll see Fatima. Yeah.
I'm in there for I'm in there like real fast, but it's your commercial. Like, yes. I was so proud of you. I was like, look at you. Like, your brilliance attracts the opportunity. You don't have to hustle for it. You know, you don't have to work hard for it. And that's what I've seen with you, is like, I mean, for example, the OWN thing. What's happening with you with the OWN channel and the Oprah Free Network? Like, this is a result of you just being authentically who you are and doing your thing and staying in your own lane. Because as you know, in LA, there's 6 lanes on the 405 freeway.
Let me tell you something, and it's still a lot of traffic.
Pick a lane. Just
pick a lane.
Stick in your lane and stay in your lane. Right? Yes. And I've watched you do that, and I'm really excited about.
Thank you. I think you are just so dope. I just think that's why I say she's my first superstar. People be like, to them, I'm like, no, she is like, you just around just to see how you evolved and come. It's just amazing, because knowing where we come from. It's so funny. I just met a gentleman at the Costco gas station, Caribbean guy, but he said that he's from Newark. He said, if you made it from Newark, he said, you would. Because we know what Newark is. And just to be from Newark and to have the opportunity to go to private schools and all of those things, you know.
Yep. And it took a whole village to get us through that whole.
They said they saw something different. They wanted something different. They chose something different. So that is just amazing. And I'm forever grateful. Right?
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm going to put up this last question. Beverly is from Newark. And this is what Beverly want to know.
Is a colonic sandwich or detox? A colonic is a way in which you can help facilitate detox. So yes, there will be some detoxification that happens or that can happen during the colonic, on the colonic table, or even after the colonic, but that's just a result of your body letting go of the waste. The best way to really experience a detox, if you want to do them in tandem, is to incorporate clean eating and a cleansing diet with colonics. And that's how you really get deep into the tissues to create like deep cellular cleansing and cellular detox, as opposed to, I'm gonna drink this cayenne pepper with this lemon water and drink it for 10 days, but you ain't pooped. if you're not pooping during a detox, you are retoxing, not detoxing. And so it's really, really important to understand the difference between when that headache hits you, that means stuff is stirring up. It's stirring up. It's like,
need to come on out.
Yeah. So a colonic is a type of detoxification facilitation, but the colonic itself is not a detox.
Okay. Awesome. So Fatima Lowe-Williams from North The Bricks, New Jersey.
Yes, baby.
Now in Los Angeles, California.
Yes.
Thank you for thank you for getting up early, because you was up early anyway.
Yes.
We appreciate you. Of course, this will re-air. We're going to put up an information so you all can reach out to Fatima Lowe-Williams for your complimentary Gutsy Life Wellness coaching.
Let's get
it popping.
2023 is the year of yes and the year of magical things that can happen, but it begins with you saying yes and showing up for yourself. So show up for yourself, and let's get you into a Gutsy Wellness.
Yes, we deserve it. We went through 2 years of so we getting this. Thank you so much, Fatima. I love and appreciate you. Peace and blessings.
I love you too.
Hug the family for me. Thank you. Thank you.
Bye, Harold Jackson. Thanks for tuning in.
Thank you to my homegirl, Fatima, for coming through. Thank you for our first episode of I Know Dope People right here. I Know Dope People with Queen Aishah. I appreciate you. We're also going to air the promo for Owns All the Single Ladies. If you didn't check it out last night, it aired for the first time. I saw 2 of the episodes. Really, really good, powerful information with great lessons and a lot of opportunities for healing. So, Katanya, do we have the promo to air? Because Katanya be stepping out into other labs. Here we go. Thank you, Katanya. Because we be doing it right in the moment, because that's how we do it. We creative spirits.
Fellas, who be taking y'all day nap pictures?
There's the hair thing. Like, I gotta take my wig off in front of this dude. Like, is he gonna be cool? It's just uncomfortable to be like...
Dozens of Black women share their dating highs and lows.
We're ready for you.
Okay. Sound CD cameras on. Quiet on set, everyone quiet.
I'm here for a mission.
From red flags and exit plans to life-changing revelations.
And this man said to me, your sexual needs will never be of my concern. Did you feel it?
To happily ever afters.
He opened that box and I saw my ring. It was everything that I wanted it to be. It was perfect.
So pour a glass of wine. We're going to talk about love.
Y'all need to cartwheel y'all asses to a couch.
All right. Thank you. So make sure y'all check that out. It is on OWN and it's on Discovery Plus. Thank you so much for checking us out. Please subscribe, like, and share. YouTube channel, Queen Aishah. All right. Peace and blessings. Appreciate you. Love you, Katanya.